chilling down here with the cows just behind me, but I'm actually on another mission with the Stile, and it's really the last prep day for the Stile, so before I start the big build which I'm doing with the boys on Saturday. So just now I'm just filling up the loader bucket with some building stone, because up there, I think I said on a previous video, I've got some rough and ready stone, but I haven't really got any nice building stone. So what I've been looking for is some stuff with a face. I said to you before, it needs to have a nice face. If you look at this stone here, my dad built this this garage in 1969, I think, and you can see he's got face stone here. Maybe it came from somewhere else, I don't know, but you can see it's all lovely fat face. So when you're building, you're almost building like a brick wall. And the stones I've got up there, a lot of them are kind of rubbly stones. They're all right for infill, but they're not flat. So my dad always had a stone pile. I've got a small one here in the farmyard, and up the main stone pile is just over there. But I don't think I'll probably need to go there because I'm pulling out enough already. Look, here we go. Nice flat face. That one, again, you know, that one's actually a bit of flagstone. But look, flat face. So I can build these into the wall around on the Stile. It's just whether how many I take. There's a big old snapped off stone post there. That one, look at the size of that. That's not moving anywhere. They're not taking that. But for scale, there's my foot. 2 foot wide. It's a lovely cut stone though. And some big ones here. My back's not up to moving those, I think. Look at that. They're lovely cornerstones. Whether I take one of those, I don't know. But I'm just gonna pull out a few more of these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to head up to the Stile, and I'm going to show you where I've got it to now with the Stile before we actually do the proper build, because I've been spending ages actually stabilising it all and just getting it right. And I think we're at the stage now where we're good to go for Saturday. I'm uploading this Saturday. You'll see in this Saturday, but I'll be there. When you're watching this, I'm probably up there. Alright, let's just get the rest in and then go. Well, I've just been pulling out some more stones. I've got a few more to take. And this is a classic example of a good builder. I've just found this is almost too good to be true. Look at this. This has been cut like a building stone, like a brick almost. Look. So ignore the diamond bit on the end there, the angle bit, but look at this. You've got a perfect corner there, a lovely flat along here, and then you've got this straight. So that would be a cornerstone. On that will go into the Stile as a cornerstone. That'd be lovely. So good old Dad, he's got a hell of a collection of building stone just in this little corner without me going to his main stash. And I can always remember him. We'd be out in the field somewhere and we'd be doing a bit of work or something, and he just cast his eye on the stone. He goes, "That's a good builder." And he'd put a stone to one side that was just, you know, maybe he found it in a ditch or in the hedge or something. He goes, "That's a good builder. We'll take that back to the farm." And he'd stick it in the stone pile for another day. And this is, I've still got the habit myself. And here he is. Well, that stone there is definitely from a previous build. Something else, maybe like this shed behind. Someone's knocked something down. But sometimes you just find these old building stones around from maybe structures maybe the Romans built. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna load up now, and we're gonna go up to the field. So let's crack on. Just driving out the drive, nearly went into the front of Mrs. C's car with the loader. She wouldn't have appreciated that. Back home from work, right. Let's get up the Stile field without any incident. Right, well, I've driven since I last came up here to the Stile, across Alan Bennett's field. It's been ploughed. It was made stubble before. I'll make sure I'm in four-wheel drive. It's ploughed ground now. So this is probably my last chance to get up here with any stone, because realistically, once it's cultivated, obviously I don't drive over it. If he's got a nice seed bed down, the last thing you want is a great big tractor footprint across it. But across the playground ain't gonna matter because he's got to break it down anyway. So I'm driving up here. The reason I'm not taking it through our field is that if I dump this, I've got to carry it all to the Stile, which would be a blooming nightmare. Hell of a walk with all these stones. My back's already playing up. So I'm just making the most of this opportunity. But I mean, surprising how much prep work's gone in here. I've probably done about 12 hours of prep work just playing around with getting the roots out, putting that sort of the base down, you know, and then also, well, you'll see in a minute, I've stabilised the, oh, it's done like this. Actually, really change it to a lower gear would help, wouldn't it? I think I was in third gear then. No, that's not very clever. Yeah, so I've spent a lot of evenings up here, afternoons, in between milkings on the weekend. So I'm doing this all in my own time. I'm not doing it in farm time. I'm doing it after work because I've got enough things on the day and I can't really justify taking the time out of the farm to do this. It's a bit of a luxury, really. Right, let's get across here and we'll have a look where we're at. I just wanted to show you prep before we start on the big day with the boys. Look at the stunning display of bluebells on the side there while I'm driving by. This is a beautiful spot, as I'll talk about it when we get up there. I'm just nearly up there now. I'm fair play to Alan. They've left a really good swath of for the footpath. Look how wide that is. I'm driving the tractor on it. That's more than wide enough for a footpath. They haven't ploughed right up to the edge of the wood, which they could do. So fair play. It's good farming practice there. Public should appreciate that. Right, let's get and have a look. We're nearly there now. 58 minutes later, after I just arrived here, I'm off the phone. I've been on the phone to Joe Seals. Anyway, if you follow Joe Seals, he's another farmer up north. He won't appreciate me talking like that. He was, we have a chat every now and then. He's a nice guy. I get on well with him. We were just chatting about all sorts of stuff, really. But I'm back here now. I'm back in the room. Right. So we'll tip that in a minute. But we'll just spin around here. This is where we're at now. So I have actually stabilised all this since we last saw it. So you might remember I put this sort of foundation area in here, but I was worried about the step and what I should do with that. I didn't want to take both sides out at the same time. So what I did, I yanked this bit out first of all. There's people walking by. I went, yank this bit out first. There's people coming on. I've turned this off a minute. Yank this bit off first. Stabilised that, then I pulled out this bit and stabilised that. So now I've got two solid bits of stone either side of this slab, and we can just sort of start working. I'm trying to make it so that when we start on Saturday we work. There's some people coming. I'll just turn this off a minute and we'll be back in a minute. The walkers in the background. That's the guy Nigel I met before. He's a nice bloke actually. He was out on a walk the other day when I met him up here. This is the thing about the footpath. It's a nice place to come. Look, there it goes off through the woods, but if you go that way you can walk around through the bluebells and you can see the bluebells, as I said, are all out at the moment. Look at that. Lovely. All up through here. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so as I was saying, basically what I've done is stabilised this whole structure here and made sure this is firm. That ain't going anywhere now. And I'm gonna tip the stone in here in a minute, up here. Let's move that out of the way, because I'm gonna be working around here, building, hopefully on Saturday with the boys, building that bit up. I'm also gonna get the boys to take off the moss, you know, that be in the way. They're gonna clean up the stone. This here needs building up higher, up to the top here. I think we found the topper. This stone here is a topper stone that would have gone across, which is going to go back on there eventually. I dug it out of there. This here looks pretty old and shonky, but it's actually really solid. So I don't think I'm going to touch that. It's lime mortar. What I'm going to do is fill in the back with some proper cement, tidy up that one. That one's loose, but keep it as it is. We're going to go up another level as well. This is, I think that's a stone off there, so that needs to go on there. That one's probably the other one that's meant to go there. And this side here then again needs tidying up. The moss needs to come off, so receiver, that's pretty solid as well. That's not going anywhere, so I think I can just fill that in with a bit of cement behind and build on that to join in over the top and stabilise it. I'm not going to use lime mortar. I thought about it, but actually I'm not comfortable using it. Also, I think actually this solid mortar here is probably better for stopping the roots penetrating the base, because the roots are an issue here, definitely. I mean, I've pulled out so many roots and some of them are pretty hefty. Look, here's one. Look at the thickness of that. That was growing right through the middle of the stile, and that's essentially why it was being pushed around. The pillar there was destroyed by the roots. But what I am going to do, you can see here, there's all the lime mortar here. That's lime mortar. It's quite a white colour. I'm going to switch to lime mortar. Well, I'm not going to switch to lime mortar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lime in with the cement mix, because I don't like the colour of the cement. You can see here it's a very grey colour. That was what I put here last night. It's not dried and gone off properly yet, so it's still quite dark. That's the colour it dries to. It's not a particularly appealing colour, that grey. I don't like it. You know, it's not a particularly nice colour. I prefer the lime mortar colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some lime in with the mortar, the cement, so that it's a slightly nicer colour, and then whack it in. Hopefully get going. My plan is to get the level on the Saturday is to get to a level about there. If we do that, I'll be happy, because I'm back up here on the Monday as well. Get to that level and maybe tidy up that bit. I don't, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I can't get it all done in one day. And also, you don't really want to go too high with cement, do you? You don't want to go, you know, it's all soft and wet. If you go too high with a pillar, it could all go. So we're not going to build too high on the first day. Saturday's the day I'm going to be up here with the boys, as weather permitting. I'm pretty sure I'll be here. If I'm back here on Monday, I'll probably be just me. But if any of you want to come up on the Saturday and see us, you know where we are. The What 3 Words is on some other videos. Here it is on this one. There it is. There's the What 3 Words. There's I put a little sign here as well. I thought, do you know what? People need to know what we're doing, so I've put a sign up. You can read that. Because I kind of think you need to let people know what you're doing. If people just walk by and see this, they'll think it's paid for by the council or something like that, the council tax or something. But it's actually being funded entirely by the farm money. All the cement and the sand and everything is being paid for out of our own pocket. I don't begrudge that at all. I enjoy doing this project, but it's not coming from a grant or anything like that. And realistically, the people who are benefiting are going to be the public, not me, because how often do I walk over into the neighbour's field? Never. But the people like those who walk on the footpath will use it, and I have to get this right, because it needs to be done so it's not too hard to climb. So the steps have got to be the right level. We might have to sort out the soil here, because people are used to walking round. No doubt the council will watch this video and want to put a flipping kissing gate in. Maybe you want a kissing gate, I don't know. Maybe you'd rather not have a stone stile. But I will make this so it's solid, accessible, easy to use, and a visually attractive thing, hopefully. Fingers crossed anyway, guys. So this was just a rundown explanation of where we're at. The actual building work is on Saturday. And then when I finish, fingers crossed, I've done something that looks okay. Because I'm fairly confident I can do this. I'm not a stonemason, so, you know, some people might say, ooh, what have you done? Please God, let's get this right. I've got some better stone to work with now. Anyway, I'm going to just tip it out. I'm going to tip it there because I need to have it right by me. That's why I've come up over Alan's field. Look, lovely playground. Good old Alan. Hopefully he'll be all right with me doing this. I'm sure he will. Right, I'm just going to tip this out and then we'll get back home. That'll be the end of this video. Right, we're done. Mustn't block the footpath. Probably haven't got quite enough stone here really still, I think. What do you think? Is that enough stone? Not sure. I will end up bringing some more up. This stuff, like I said before, isn't really building stone. That one's all right. There's a flat slablet. Go something like that. I ain't gonna go there, but that's more or less what it's like. But look at that, that's just a boulder. Some of this. That one isn't too bad. Maybe you can get that one in somewhere nice. Right. We'll do it, we'll get there. We'll be alright. He said, convincing himself. Just hope no one nicks my building stone while I'm away. I don't think anyone would want to nick stone up here. Right. I'm going home. 7 o'clock. Tea time. Right. Oh, wrong door. I forgot you don't climb in the door on that side of a tractor anymore unless you've got a 35. Right. Hopefully we'll get this done by the end of April. I have to say I am on a tight schedule in a way, even if the weather's dodgy, because after this field's ploughed and cultivated and our maize field is, I won't be able to get up here with a tractor and loader to bring up the stone, but also to bring up water and stuff like that. So effectively everything's got to be here by the end of May really, and well, sorry, not the end of May, end of April. Everything's got to be done by the end of April. I've got to get it all done by then, so this weekend's crucial. Anyway, lovely place to be on a weekend really. Right, ooh, bumpy. See you soon, crack on.